excited to be joined by Anna Runyan, who is the founder of Classy Career Girl and Corporate Rescue Plan over in San Diego in the US. A huge network of women and also one of my clients. So thank you so much, Anna, for joining us.
I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. Well, it's just a really quick video just to tell everyone a little bit about your journey and also your experiences with coaching with me and using the tools that we use at Your Fertility Hub to help you on your fertility journey.
Yeah, I mean, where do I even start? I was introduced to you through Corporate Rescue Plan. It had been a year since my third miscarriage. And so for me, I struggled to get past that year mark. And I was just, you remember our conversation. It was hard to talk about it. Luckily I do have a beautiful daughter. So I did have that hope inside of me of having another child someday, but was pretty negative about it. I didn't know if I even wanted to try to have another baby. And I thought at the year mark I would be good, but after the third one I wasn't. So then we got on the phone and I don't know, it was a tough call for me, Corinna, because you got all the emotions out and you got all the stuff out that I didn't want to talk about.
Yeah, I know. I do kind of get to the core of it pretty quick, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I had kind of been pushing it off. I have, a business I run. I'd been pushing my personal life off and just going hard on the business and my daughter. But yeah, I think that was my turning point at that year mark. I was like, okay, something's gotta change here. So then I reached out to you.
Yeah, because I think we often suppress a lot of our emotions. And that's, I think, what you'd been trying to do for that year. You hadn't, you're using that year as healing after the miscarriage, but also, you've got to actually sort of find a way of healing some of those thoughts, which is what we started doing together.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it was helpful to talk to you about it. I mean, my husband was also kind of going through it as well, but just to have that outside perspective. And going through the visualization, going through the guided meditation, a lot of stuff I wasn't really sure what I was going into, but I thought, well, something is better that I have I have no one to talk with right now. I felt very alone. No one really understood why I was having miscarriages. Doctors, I had no idea. And, my family kind of struggled to talk about it with me necessarily. I didn't really know the words to talk about it with me. So yeah, it was just very helpful to have someone else to talk through all this stuff with. And yeah, I mean,
it was. Because I think that's what we don't often have, that person, that outside perspective to talk to. And that's why working with a fertility coach is so great, because you can work with somebody who does understand. And there are so many people in your life that just, bless them, they can't understand. Yeah. And they don't have the words, like you say, to support you properly after miscarriages particularly. But that's why it's so great to work with somebody who is that experienced sort of guide and can help you guide you through and those next steps, because that's what it's about. It's about moving you forward into your journey. And that's kind of what we did with you, was try and switch and make some shifts in your mindset around to more healthy thinking, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It was more of the positive. It was the affirmations. You told me to put them up everywhere. And then the visualization for me was really important too. And just changing my mindset of, I think I was thinking, I don't want this to happen again. I'm going to have a fourth miscarriage. I'm going to, will I ever have another baby? So I was like very negative in my thought process, and you helped me change it to positive. Think through this. Okay, I've had Mila, I've had a healthy baby. I can do this again. My body isn't going to fail me. My body can do this again. So just really keeping my mindset positive. And that was a pretty quick change for me too. Like, it didn't take too long. It just took, it
It
was,
was a few weeks, because that's, it genuinely
yeah,
can be a very quick change in a few weeks when you like the kind of person you are. You're a very positive person in life, you know, so you were really quickly able to apply those tools like the affirmations and the meditations to just
yeah,
very quickly shift your mindset around to that more positive set. And we also talked and delved into a little bit of the practical elements around, you know, your IVF journey that you'd been through,
yes.
around the miscarriages, around what doctors had been saying and the choices and things, because there's a lot going on, isn't there, during infertility?
Yeah. And yeah, that's another thing I didn't even bring up is I had done IVF before my daughter. And so, which did not work. And so there was a lot of fear. I still I still had 2 embryos. And so there was a lot of fear of like, and decisions, big decisions that I had to make. Like, do we try the 2 embryos? Do we keep trying naturally? You know, the doctors are saying you're getting older, you need to try soon, like don't wait any longer. And so yeah, getting all these like messages in your head and trying to make that really huge decision, like of which path you should try to go to. And I think that really helped, is just having someone to talk to about, you know, do we wait till January, or do we, you know, wait a few more months and do the embryo transfer again? Do we try naturally and then not be able to do that? And I think that was one of the biggest things that you talked me through, like, you know, leading to trying naturally instead of, you know, going the doctor route with all the fear I had going through that again. And I was thinking like, it didn't work last time, I don't think it's going to work again, which is never a good way to go go into that and spend thousands of dollars and, you know, have that.
It's a really common, you know, when you have been through a failed cycle or failed cycles, you know, your expectations and mindset going into it are so important. So it's, you know, it's really important with IVF to get your mindset straight. And that's why I've also developed IVF Thrive, which is like an online course that people can go through, and it's got specific meditations for each stage and specific videos of me talking you through about mindset and support and expectations about how to go into each stage and the whole process. So yeah, IVF's a whole other ball game as well. But so tell everybody where you are now and in your journey.
Yeah. So I think after one of our last calls, I had a trip planned to New Zealand for the month, where we were going to vacation with my family. And I think the last time we spoke, you said, you know, vacations are good for for relaxing and making babies. And that's what happened when we were in New Zealand. You know, we got pregnant. I'm 6 months pregnant now. And yeah, I mean, it's just letting go of any expectation and not, and I mean, it was the first time that after that year of waiting. So it was the first time that I had tried after that. We have tried after that year. So I think it was just that change of mindset. I'm not expecting it to happen that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be really powerful. I mean, there's never a guarantee, obviously, of pregnancy with what I do. I wish that I could, but I definitely do. But it's definitely really successful in trying to move people forward. You know, just yesterday, I was talking to my client in New York who has gone through her first IVF cycle, and it's worked successfully. She's now pregnant, and she really feels it's just being supported through that process that really made the difference. So it can really help. Not only just the everyday experience of infertility and going through those emotions, but also to move you towards and be part of that team moving you towards a positive outcome.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Anna, and telling us and sharing with us your journey.
Thank you. And you're like, I was just saying this earlier, like your voice, like everything is just so calming. So you feel like everything's going to be all right. And I think that's one of your strengths, and that you bring to everyone struggling with this. I wish I had met you many years ago.